my lovely teachers and students. Today this session is about only the how to appear the exam, how to get a success, how to write the answers in the exam. Okay, so this is a brief description about the examination. So we will start this session with the blessings of Guru and Ma Saraswati Vandana. So I am requesting all the parents, teachers and students to close the eyes and join your hands.
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रामृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतं शङ्करं प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा.
Thank you, parents. Now I want to invite my co-host Aarti ma'am for the next program.
A very good morning to our respected principal sir, proud source code parents, my colleagues, and my beloved students. The single most important thing which I want to share with you today is about the guideline which has to be followed in your 10th board examination. So do you ever worried about your 10th board examination, how to get 80-90% marks? So if it is so, here we bring the solution for you today. The only motto of this orientation program is to share you with some important point which has to be keep in mind while you are writing for your 10 board examination. So I request all the students to keep pen and notebook handy with you because you are supposed to write the points which has to be discussed by the teachers today, and at the last of this day you need to send it to your class teacher Sarita ma'am. And please, student, be attentive. Each and every point is very, very important. And don't take any stress because we all are here. Sir is here, source code team is here. Definitely by following this instruction, we'll get the success. Best of luck to everyone. Now I would like to call my co-host Sarita ma'am to go with the presentation. Sarita ma'am, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Source Code International.
Very good morning, students and parents. Let's start our program. As you know that our principal sir is a teacher, academician, author, speaker, and visionary. He teaches Sadvidya is one of the most important subject which will differentiate between leaders and the followers. It covers topics like meditation, memory techniques, soft skills. He also guides students in different fields. So let's start the program. We are glad you all are here. Now we will start with our instructions to the candidates. Students, focus on the points and start noting down. First of all, whenever you are coming to the exam center, that time be seated in the examination room 5 minutes before the time fixed for the start of the examination in the subject. If an examination paper for which you are not entered is handed to you, or if the question indicate that a map or any other stationery should also have been given out, bring it out the attention of the supervising examiner at once. The next point is attend carefully to all general directions that may be given at the head of a paper. Example, direction attempting the number of questions that may be answered, etc. Just like in a board question paper, there are two sections are there. The section 1 and section B. The section 1 carries the 40 marks. Section B also carries the 40 marks. So total 80 marks of written question paper. And in that section 1 is compulsory to attempt all the questions. And question 2 is having some optional questions, but you have to select question properly. So let's next question, next points will described by Aarti ma'am.
The next point is you are advised to answer only the number of questions as mentioned in the question paper. Okay, no extra question. Don't try to solve it. To be very specific when you are answering the question. If it is been asked to answer only 4, so please answer only 4 questions which you can answer very, very well. On the top of the sheet of the standard answer booklet, you are put your signature in the space provided for you. Don't write a scribble anywhere on the top sheet. And scribbling is not allowed for in the middle of the paper also. Don't scratch so much, because it looks so ugly and the impression will go very wrong to the examination. Clearly and correctly write your UID, that is the unique identification number, index number, and subject on the top sheet of the standard answer booklet in the space provided, only in the space provided. This information should also be given on the front sheet of each continuation booklet used. If you are using loose maps, graphs paper, etc., write this information on this also. All entries on the answer booklet are to be made with black and blue pen only, not any other pen is allowed. And all the diagram, whichever you are doing, suppose for your science and maths, all that has to be done in pencil. Don't use pen to write or draw any of the diagram or to draw any of the figure. Now I would like to call Sarita ma'am to proceed with the some other points.
Yes, ma'am. So the next point is write on both sides of the answer booklet and leave a margin at both the right hand and the left hand edges. Begin the answer to each separate part of a question on a separate line. Write the answer, write the number of the question clearly in the left hand margin at the beginning of each answer. Do not copy the question. If you don't know the answer, some students are doing, they are copying as it is question in the answer sheet. Please do not copy the question. Be careful to use the same system of numbering as that used in the question paper. Leave a blank space after the answer to each question. Remember that handwriting and spelling will be taken into account. There is a deduction of the wrong spelling. So you have to write carefully all the spellings. You may use a fountain pen or a ball pen for writing your answer, but pencil may be used only for the diagrams. Bring mathematical and drawing instruments and color pencils for subject for which they will be needed. That color pencil, when you are filling any map in geography, that time you have to use the color pencil to represent that area. So you can use the color pencils. The use of any electronic devices, just like a calculator, hand, desk, or other types of calculating machines are not permitted during the exam time. So don't bring in the exam, don't use it. Now, Aarti ma'am.
Yeah, in addition to the above point, one more important point is the time indicated in the timetable for writing the paper. 50 minutes time is given for reading the question paper only. So please, it's a humble request to all the students, read the question at least for thrice. If possible thrice, then that is the marvelous thing. Because then only you will have a clear idea and you will fully understand the question. Suppose it's happened when we will read one time, we will not understand. Second time, again, it will enhance. So third time, it is the best. So student, don't use the 15 minutes to write. Once again, I am requesting, please go through all the question, read the question, specifically in Hindi and English paper, theory paper, the passage writing is given. Some question has to be there, right? So that, if possible, read 4 times. Read the question very carefully. Time should not be wasted in writing down the information that is not asked for, as no marks will be given for it. See, as I told you that 4 question has to be answered, means it has to be answered 4 question. Don't attend the 5th question, it is not required. Sometimes it will change the mindset of the invigilator also. That extra smartness and all they will not prefer. So as much question is asked in the question paper, do follow that only. Do not spend too much time on 1 or 2 questions so as to leave yourself no time the answer for the other question. See, when you are getting the paper, as Satta ma'am told, 80 marks paper, you have to give the written examination. So you have some set of question. So in your mind, draw a sketch diagram. How many time or how many minutes I should spend for each question. So within the specified time, 2 hours or 3 hours or 2.5 hours, I should complete all the question very nicely. And remember, keep some time with your hand to revise your answer sheet, because it is a human nature that we do mistake, we have the habit to make the errors. So it has to be also rectified by yourself first time. Okay, so before submitting your answer sheet, it's a humble request, read the answer. If you have done any mistake, recorrect it by yourself. Now I'd like to call Sarita ma'am to go with some other points.
Exactly, ma'am. The points were very true and they were useful for the students to appear in the exam. Now the next point, when the time allotted for writing the examination has concluded, arrange your answer scripts sequentially in order. The first page come first, then second, like that, in a sequence. The first page at the top, etc. See that they have your index number, like a UID, unique identification number. So it and subject written on them. Fasten all the answer sheet together at the left hand top corner and hand them over unfolded. A candidate who arrives late will be required to give a satisfactory explanation and reason to the supervising examiner. Try to not to get late. Except in exceptional circumstances, a paper will not be given to any candidate who is more than half an hour late. Absolute punctuality is essential. Candidates are not allowed to leave the examination room before the conclusion of the paper. Candidates must write on both sides of each sheet of the answer booklet, unless the rule of the paper forbids this. So ma'am will come with the important more points.
Thank you, Sarita ma'am. Apart from this 15 point, which is discussed by me and Sarita ma'am, there are some important note or important instruction also, which has to be kept in consideration. The first point, the continuation booklet will be issued on request only after you have completed writing on all pages of the standard answer sheet. All continuation booklet used or unused must be attached to the main answer booklet. Don't forget to attach your continuation booklet answer with the main answer booklet. All working, including rough work, should be done on the same sheet as the rest of the answers. Now I would like to call Sarita ma'am to go with the further process.
Yes, this all about the question paper, how to attempt, correct? Now, but whenever you are practically writing the exam, answer of a question, so many questions are coming in your mind. How to write answer in an exam, how to begin with, how much to write, what to include, how to write answer. So let's start with this. First of all, you are getting the 15 minutes time to read the question papers. But at the time of attempt, you also read one more time the question thoroughly and make a mind map of the points, answers point in your mind. Read the question thoroughly, note all the points in your mind. The second, how to present information in the answer. The first part is about the introduction of the topic. So that introduction you have to complete in a line or a two. Okay, so you have to describe the whole concept in one line or the 2 lines. Then come to the next part, that is the main body. In this, you have to write the answer point-wise. And after that, you conclude your answer according to the question and try to end on a positive note. So let's students, first of all, describe, explain, and analyze your answer. Answer should be precise and to the point. Okay, so it is much important point. You should not write anything extra. Don't write anything extra in the answer. Answer should be precise and to the point. For example, write advantages of AC current over DC current. So why this advantages of AC current is underlined here? Because this is the main concept you have to write in your answer. That do not write about the DC current. Just focus to write on advantages of AC current. Information that you are providing should be authentic and it should be relevant to the subject. How to decide how many points to include according to the marks. Okay, this is actually frequently asked question by the students. How many points we have to include in our questions? For that, you have to check the weightage of the topic and prepare accordingly. If the question is coming for 2 marks, but the points are 4, you are thinking that the 2 points are enough. No, you have to write complete 4 points for the 2 marks also. Because if you will write the 2 marks, this is the half attempted question. You have to include all the points in your answer. So I will revise all the points, conclude here, write based on the marks of the question, start fast, use the reading time, don't leave a blank before going to the next question. Don't waste time on one question. Don't solve extra questions. Recheck sums by resolving. This is most important point for mathematics and physics. Whenever you are doing some numericals, that time you are in pressure. But you have to recheck that addition, subtraction, division, whatever you are following the process, you have to recheck it and don't look around. So students, I will all the best, prepare well. Hopefully your all the doubts get clear here. I would like to call my colleague Malvika ma'am to guide for an English subject.
Thank you, Sarita ma'am and Aarti ma'am. Once again, a very good morning to one and all gathered over here today. I, Malavika Banerjee, is an English teacher of grade 9, going to discuss some very important and vital points which will help the students to score 80 and above in both of your English paper. That already you student, you know, you have got English language and English literature. So first, I could like to focus on the spelling. That is very, very important when you're answering English paper, both language and literature. Spelling will be marked. Then, spelling error, try to avoid as much as you can. Stop scribbling. As already been discussed by Sarita ma'am and Aarti ma'am, don't scribble. If you don't know, strike in one, scribble it. It will look untidy. Presentation matters a lot, how you're presenting your answer, because we don't know who is correcting. It's an external examination. We don't know who is he or she. The paper will tell exactly what you represent yourself, your answers, presenting your answer. Next, I will discuss about the grammar part. Be very careful about exactly what you are writing. The sentence should be meaningful, one with exactly correct grammatical form. Write simple yet crisp sentences instead of writing bombastic words or sentences. And be careful while writing each and every sentences. So both grammatical error and spelling error should be avoided as much as possible by you all. So student mark it, spelling, grammar. Then both of your English language paper and literature paper is of 2 hours. Now I will little discuss with the English language paper. That is your first paper, first English paper, okay? An English language paper comprises of comprehension, essay writing, letter writing, both formal and informal, then email writing, notice writing, comprehension, and finally comes grammar. Make it a note. So Monday, don't make a mistake. It's an English language paper, first paper, okay, student? And literature is your second paper. And literature comprises of drama, The Merchant of Venice, poetry and prose, that is the collection of ICSE short stories and poems. To proceed further, to start with, question number 1 of English language paper, start with essay. So to begin a good essay, you should have your own imagination and creative power. For that, student, read lots of books and enrich yourself with good vocabulary. You have to create and write a good essay. As I have discussed earlier in the class also, good essay contains proper introduction, body, and conclusion. So the content should be very, very appropriate. Suppose if you are trying to attain argumentative topic, let me tell you, the essay is divided into 3 topics: descriptive, narrative, and argumentative. So if you are trying to attempt argumentative, suppose the topic is given whether the teenager should use mobile phone or not, say or write for or against, stick to, choose and write. Means if you are choosing for, stick to for. If you are choosing against, stick to against. Don't jam it, because if you are doing so, examiner will definitely deduct your marks. Stood either for or either for against. So you have to take for or against if you are attempting argumentative topic. And your idea should always be positive. Don't ever say anything negative comment of anything else. Now to proceed further, Next come about the letter writing, both formal and informal. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, both formal and informal. So for letter writing, the subject matters a lot. So for the both letter, you have to follow the same procedure. Now come comprehension. Read the passage very carefully. If not once, then twice and thrice, and then answer the following in your own words. Mark it, student, for the comprehension passage, you have to answer in your own words. It should be created, nothing to be followed, means just like that, because the passage is unseen. Now, another important point you have to remember is that everything should be done in chronological order. Mark it, student, chronological. Whatever the question paper had been asked to you, you have to follow the sequence. If it had been asked that 1 A, B, C, don't make it C, B, A. Follow the procedure regarding what has been asked to you. Now, little I will discuss about English literature before I end my saying for today. About the extract from literature, the extract that is from Merchant of Venice, poetry and prose, in-depth, student mark it, in-depth study you needed. From the question can be set from anywhere from the book. Shallow reading won't help. Line by line, detailed study from the whole book, whether it's a drama, the Merchant of Venice, poetry or prose. Finally, after completion of your paper, revise, recheck, and then submit all your answers to your supervisor. And finally, I could like to conclude by saying hard work, willpower, and determination is the key to one's success. So, dear student, keep working hard to achieve your goal. And last but not the least, my heartfelt thanks to our respected principal, sir, and our whole Sourcefood team for its hard work they are doing day and night to make each and everything successful for you people as you're appearing for the next year 2022 ICSE board. So all the best, student. Thank you all. Over to you, Sarita ma'am.
Yes, thank you, Malvika ma'am. Now I would like to invite Mrinal sir. Mrinal sir, please guide our students.
Yes, madam. Good morning, respected principal sir. Good morning to all the parents. Morning to my dear students and my colleagues. Today we are here to discuss some vital issues regarding instruction to candidates who will appear for the final ICSE board examination as issued by Council for the Indian School of Certificate Examination. Now, we know that our students are very intelligent and they can answer readily. But the experience I gathered from the past during conducting of online exam, I think students should be groomed so that their mode of presentation should help them to score 90% or more during final board exam. Just one number 4, it has been written, you are advised to answer only that number questions as mentioned in the question paper. Next, number 6, I think I find it is very, very important. Number 6, all entries on the answers booklet are to be made with the black / blue ballpoint pen only. One more important point, remember that handwriting and spelling will be taken into account. Already other important points have been discussed by my fellow colleagues. Now, some small suggestion from my side. We know that these 10 students will be the first batch of ICSE for source code. So there are lots of expectations. We are trying to give them more time, more input, more spoon feeding, and always giving them priority. Now we can take the grade 9 summative assessment too as a rehearsal for the final of 2022. I think we should preserve their answer scripts with our love and delicate touch. Now, my request to all the parents that during this examination, same type of answer scripts may kindly be used by them. It may be loose sheet, A4 size ruled paper. During examination, my earnest request to all the valued parents that they may invigilate their words till they are sending the soft copies to the respective teachers. And my last point of discussion is that we may provide the question come answer scripts in group after the exam is over. Only these are few suggestions from my side. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Mridal sir. Really very useful points you have described in front of the students. I would like to invite social study teacher Sonali ma'am. Please guide our students.
Sure, ma'am. A very warm good morning, everyone. My respected teachers, students, and the parents. So here are we discussion about the how do you get the good mark in low pressure and less. Okay. So most of the students are complaining when they know everything and they write everything in the question paper in answer sheet, and then they get a less marks. That's a unique problem in every student, and you listen this problem. So in this program, just we told which point did you regard it to get a good mark. Okay. So I think there's our senior teacher and the most experienced teacher already taught you about the what's the process of the examination, just like Aarti ma'am, Sarita ma'am, Malvika ma'am, and they help you a lot about the few points they regarded you. So here I'm sharing you some important points to get a good mark in your subject, social study. Okay, student. So as we discussed earlier, in also write the lady answer. It's a very important in your descriptive language. It means SST in geography, history, and this. And the first important thing is that write just read the answer one or two times. It's very important. Sometimes the question are very confusing to the student, and they thinking that the question are being the same. And what the student do, they write the sequence of the two different questions. It's a very slow process. Okay, so don't do this. And when the writing the exam, very important is thing, when the writing the exam, adjust your time appropriately for all your questions. And unnecessary. Okay, do not pressurize on your examiner. Those who check your copy, do not pressurize on. And try to work on your speed so that you do not miss any part of it. Yeah, most of the student what they do, they know the answer, but during the lacking of the time, they lost the questions and they do not get the good marks. Okay, so definitely work on your speed, work so that you do the not miss any part of it, and practice through the chapter and the model test paper. Okay, and the one most important thing is your marking. Okay, so first of all, when you're going to exam, sit in exam, first of all, you know the differences between the brief when you write the brief answer and when you write the descriptive answer. Okay, 2 marks answer, 5 marks answer. Okay, so it definitely you just concentrate on which question when we write the brief answer and when we write the descriptive answer. It is totally based on your marks. Okay, and the most important thing, when you need to memorize the descriptive answer, like events in history, various procedure in civics, and the natural process, geography, you will need to make a note of the important terminology in order to score the better marks. Okay, and yes, so this is my point to how to get you the good marks in your subjects. Okay, students. And one thing, just to make the attitude, yes, I can get a good marks in my board examination 2020. And remember, everyone, student, there is a one thing, your win is in your sights. It's very important, and it's very important. Okay, and all the very best to the your future examination, future board examination. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonali ma'am. Seriously, this was a very important point. They have to do a writing practice. They will gain the speed of a writing of answers in the examination. Now, I would like to call Arpana ma'am to guide the students in a math subject.
A very happy, warm good morning to all the dear students, my colleagues, dear principal sir. So precisely, I'll be going for the maths topics only because all the important points have been discussed already. So I'll share my screen actually. Some points I have, just key points I have concluded here. So yeah. So first we will go for the time management part. So we know question paper is for 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours for mathematics paper. And 15 minutes, extra 15 minutes are provided for reading the question paper. So what you will do here, 15 minutes, we will read the question paper. Like part A, we know it's compulsory part. And part B has 7 questions. Out of 7, we have to take 4 questions, which we know. Okay, so in part A, it's compulsory. So we have to go for all the questions. Part we choose the questions whose all the parts, like each question has 3 parts, we know sub 3 parts. So we have to choose the questions whose all 3 parts you know in a better way. You can solve all the three parts very properly. And you will see here total number of questions as we calculate, there are 8 questions, and each question has 3 subparts in mathematics, A, B, and C parts. First 2 parts like A and B has 3 and 3 marks. Part C has 4 marks. Okay. So when we will divide the time, our time, like when it is coming 150 minutes, total 2.5 hours takes 150 minutes, and 8 questions are there in total. So when we take out the average, we're getting like in mathematical terms 18.75 minutes for each question, roughly. Not roughly, this is the precise time what we will get for each question. So how shall we divide it? Try to finish each question, like question 1 from part A in 15 to 16 minutes maximum. So by the time 60 minutes are over, you should be able to finish part A, whole part A means 4 questions. Like that, you will be going for part B as well. So by the next 60 minutes, when the 2 hours are over, you should be able to finish both part A and part B. And final 20 to 30 minutes you keep for revision. Revision means rechecking. So it should be done once or twice. I will recommend thrice. We always do mistakes. My personal experiences, when we will go for rechecking in language and social papers, it will be like spelling errors will be there. In mathematics, you check for your calculations. You check for your signs, plus and minus signs, where has to be there. Like in the final answer also, sometimes we miss to write out. Then for the units are very important. When you are solving, see what are the units required for the answer. Okay, you will be writing the units. You will be losing marks if you don't include the units. Suppose you get final answer as 15 what? Kg or meter or rupees, what is that? Or hours or minutes. So that is very, very important. In science and math, like physics, chemistry, or mathematics paper, units are very important to include. Second point comes here, what are the types of questions? So there are different types of questions in mathematics. Like first is like solve it. So how shall you solve it? Read the question. If it is a word problem, read it thoroughly, write all the inputs with the unit, and then solve it. And final answer you have to present like this. Suppose we have taken, let the required thing is x. So you will present like x is equals to this and unit. If question is like proof that, you will write like proof. first thing you will write proof. Then LHS, you will take either left hand side or right hand side you will take. Then you will proceed and you will proceed with the theorems. What theorems or rules you are applying there at the side, inside this big bracket, you will be writing. Suppose I am asking a question, it is asked like prove the congruency of triangles. You will be writing which theorem you have applied there to prove the congruency of triangles. At last, you will be writing like LHS, it will come like the RHS, correct? No, after solving, we will come to the where it will look like RHS, right hand side of the question provided. Finally, you will write like hence proved. It concludes the answer that you have finished it. Okay. Third type comes like geometry or questions involving diagram, like we did height and distance questions. You will draw the diagram with neatly with pencil, use rulers. If the diagram is provided in question also, still you have to draw it. You should be drawing it because drawing includes marks and it will give you a clear vision. Or for the examiner also, it will give the clear vision, like what is the question exactly. If it is a word problem, diagram is not given, then you will, of course, you have to draw it and it will have marks. And if the diagram is given also, I repeat, you have to draw it. Okay, with the proper notations, A, B, C, angles, names, everything you should write properly. Then if you are plotting the graph, then on the graph sheet, always use sharp pencil. It should be looking neat. Use rulers for drawing any like straight lines, anything. If required, protractor is there. It is not there now, but if required, use the tools. It should be looking neat, presentable. And last type of problems are word problems, like interest problems are there, compound interest problems are there. There you will be read the question properly. Start writing all the inputs one by one, whatever is provided, like line by line you will be reading the question. Include means write down all the inputs provided, then start solving. Read it properly, what the question is asking. Many times we get confused, like the question is asking what will be the compound interest at the end of third year. Sometimes it will be what is the interest for the third year. Same question may have the problem like what will be the final amount after 3 years. So read properly like what is the question, then write the answer accordingly. Okay. And finally, I'll conclude my points here. So here, something very common thing. I'll repeat again, presentation is important. So write neatly, draw the diagram. Don't waste time on a single question. If you are getting stuck, leave it there, finish other portions, then come back to it and try to solve it in your those 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. Show your calculations in the prescribed rough area. We don't want only the answers. We want how you have proceeded. We want to see the calculations. So if you are thinking it is rough, then also you have to write it there. Rough area is given on the right side. Or if it is written like do it at the end of last, do at the end of the answer sheet, then you write on the top rough, you do all the calculations there. Then inclusion of the units, write all the units with your whatever number you are getting, like you will be including the units. And one tip from my side for mathematics, practice daily. Attempt different types of sums. It's not like a 1 day or 1 week of hard work. It has to be practiced daily. And one more thing, practice for manual calculations, because we know calculators are not allowed. Now it's very easy, like we go with the calculators, it gives us very correct and precise answers, but just you have to practice manually all the calculations, whatever is their addition, subtraction, or being division, practice manually. Okay. That's all from my side, and I thank actually our principal sir and my team who let me talk. We had a nice interaction with everyone. And with this, I'll conclude. I'll hand over to Sarita ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Arpana ma'am. It's really helpful for the students. They will do the practice according to that, definitely. And it's so now I'd like to invite Ati ma'am. Ati ma'am, please
Yes,
proceed with your
yes.
guidance.
Thank you, Sarita ma'am. See, in Hindi, even I am facing problem more than the students? Because the first point, they are habituated for English language. In my class also, when I'm asking them orally questions, they are telling that, ma'am, I know it in English, but I cannot able to frame it in a Hindi. So still in 9th standard, the student is having that problem and they are not even trying to rectify that. So nobody can help it out. Okay, it's in your hand, you can help you better. As you know, in English and all the language paper, another paper also, it has with two parts, part A and part B. Sometime in the question paper in Hindi, it is written section A, section B. And sometime it is written in Hindi, Khand Ka, Khand Kha. So what the student are doing, they are habituated for English. So they will write Khand Ka, ha, to ye section A. So when the examination will check your paper, first the point will come in the mind where the section A the child has got, which is not there. So there only they stop. So first, as we most of the time we all teacher have told, and it is clearly mentioned in the instruction which we discussed, me and Sarita ma'am, is the chronological order should be maintained. Whatever the points or sub-point as it is mentioned in the question paper, the same way you have to mention. Suppose in the question, some question carries sub-points also, as Malvika ma'am also said about this. Question 1 have two sections, Ka, Kha or A, B. So you should also give accordingly. Don't give your, according to your wish, first main, second main in Roman numbers. Okay. So the board examination, the examination is not only checking 5 or 10 papers. Okay, we know you very well. So the silly mistake or silly error which you are doing now in online and offline also, when classes was there, we are ignoring. But it has not been ignored by the board examination. And then come to my Hindi paper. The first Hindi practice, speaking of Hindi is must. So whenever you are telling, right, suppose Prayogsala, they will not tell Prayogsala, they will say research laboratory. So when writing research laboratory, what will come in your mind? That Prayogsala will not come. And research laboratory you cannot explain because it's required Sanjuktakshar, again you will get confused. So when you are giving answer in the Hindi classes and paper, try to speak in Hindi only, not any other language. Okay. So first come to my first section, section A, or we can call Khanka. So it will contain your Prastav Lekhan. Prastav Lekhan, you will be given a sentence, or sometimes it's asked the question, and sometimes it can come like a picture composition. So there is so many options, you can choose your option. And as Malvika ma'am already told, sometimes the topic will be a debate topic. You can go for, you can go for against. So only go for one only. If you are writing for, whole the description is for only, or against, it can be for against only. Don't jumble it. Okay. See, somehow I am thinking it is okay. Somehow it should be little bit in another way. No, you will lose your marks. And most important thing in Hindi, and as Malvika ma'am told, English paper also, because it's the language paper, as much as you write, that many marks you will get. So grammatical mistake and spelling error is must. If you are doing 4 mistakes, half marks will be reduced. Suppose you are writing a passage, you are writing a Prastav Lekhan, and imagine you are doing 10, 12 grammatical mistake. So 4 mistake means half mark. Then you can calculate how many marks you are losing. So best thing, whatever the answer you are writing, whether it is essay writing, comprehension, letter writing, doesn't matter. You revise your answer, recheck your answer. And first, as Arpana ma'am has clearly described about the time management. Now in my revision time, I have noticed that single letter writing, they are taking more than 45 minutes. So if you're taking a letter writing more than 45 minutes, or you are thinking that it's simple a revision practice ma'am is doing, it's okay. So you can imagine 80 marks paper, how we will complete. So my paper, Hindi paper is 80 marks written, 40 marks for A section, 44 marks for B section. So aram se we can go 1.5 hours for each part. Correct. So plan and draw a sketch diagram. How many minutes? If you give 22 minutes also in one question, then only will achieve to answer all the question. And come to the comprehension, unseen passage. Child don't have the patience to read. They will first go through the question and they will find it out the answer. Where that similar word I will find it in the passage. And if they will not get the similar word, I don't know the answer. So first read the passage because it's an unseen passage which is not contained in your syllabus. So if you read twice, then only a clear idea will come. And if possible, read it thrice. Okay. So be practice for that. And one more point in the comprehension, that is unseen passage, use your own word. What they are doing, they are simply copying the word from the passage and they are writing. Remember students, if you are copying the same line from the passage, 1/3 of marks you will be getting. I repeat, 1/3 of marks. Because that is, we are expecting as an invigilator or examiner, your point of view, what you have understand. The line which is there in the unseen passage and the comprehension that we already know. Right? So we don't want that to be explained by you again. And come to the letter writing. Official letter writing, unofficial letter writing. Aupcharik patra and unopcharik patra. The main difference is the topic. In official letter writing, you should mention the topic, subject, vishaya likhna hai. In unofficial, because it is a known person to us, no need to write. Unofficial letter can be a lengthy one, but official writing, to the point you will write, because we don't know them personally. Okay. So, and sometime when they are writing the official letter, seva mein, that how you are writing in English, not to the principal or to the manager. They are writing seva mein and the designation of the person in the same line. That will also cut the marks. It was a sequential process. First the designation, then address, then date, then topic, then greeting. Sometimes they are not greeting at all. They are directly coming to the body part. Right? That is more important, and how you are concluding your letter. That is also more important. Then fourth question is in the section A is the from grammar. As we know, the common grammar carries 1 mark. So to the point answer you have to write. And in the second part, that is Khanka or B section, whatever you call, that has been asked to answer only 4 questions. And so many things has been given to you. And we have, and the question will come from the 2 prescribed books, which is followed by the school. Our school is following Sahitya Sagar and Ekanki Sanchar. So read it very thoroughly. As Malvika ma'am told, it is the in abstract basis, right? The line has been given and based on the question has been asked. So what you need to do to get a good marks? You should read each and every line of the short stories, poems, and the skit and play, whatever it is there. Okay? And don't look here and there what others are doing. Keep concentration on your what you are doing. Okay? And as all the teachers have discussed so many points, so I would conclude that don't take stress. If you are stressed out, you will not be achieved. Okay, so be relaxed. These are the some important points which we have to keep in mind while you are doing. So principal sir is there, source code team is also there. We all academic team will definitely get more than 90%. It can be possible. It is possible. Think like that, and all the best for your exams. Now I hand over it to Sarita ma'am again.
Thank you so much, Aarti ma'am. Seriously, it's a factual fact of our students. We are here, sir is here, Whenever you are getting a problem, we are always ready to resolve it. Okay. So plus we want a positive response from your side. Complete your homework, complete the assignments on a regular basis. That we want from the students. And now I would like to call Ruchi ma'am.
Unmute, your voice is not coming.
Good morning, all of you. So, before starting my points, I wanted to share the question pattern with you all. I already shared with the student, but again, I wanted to share. As you can see, your paper will come for 100 marks. Okay, written paper 100 marks and practical will be 100 marks. So, after that, they will take the average of that. That will be your marks. So in 100 marks, first section 40 marks question. First section contains 40 marks. This section includes the definitions, advantages, disadvantages, some snippets of programs. You need to find out the outputs of the programs, functions. You have to know what are the functions we are using in the Java program. That based on that Java program, based on that functions, they will give you the questions. You need to find the outputs. So you have to know all the functions, methods which we are using. So this is the section 1 and the section 2. Section B, this contains the 60 marks. 60 marks, you will get the 6 question and you have to do 4 questions. Out of 6, you have to do 4 questions. Each questions contain 15 marks. Okay, and the all question based on the coding. So basically, if you will see 10 marks or 15 marks for the theory part and rest of the marks will come, rest of the question will come from the coding. Okay, but it doesn't mean that you will not study the theory part. You have to study the theory parts as well as the coding parts also. Okay, and in practical, you need to write the program on the BlueJ and you need to you need to write the variable description. Whatever the programs you are writing, variable description also you need to mention. So this is the question pattern as you have seen. So for me, I wanted to share some points that for computers especially, don't choose the topic. Don't choose the chapters that I will do this chapter, I will leave these chapters. Because as you know, when the codings are coming, it combines, right? 2 chapters combines, like in switch case they are giving you. So there are different cases. In one cases you need to use if else condition, in others cases you need to use the loops. So don't choose the chapters that I will study these chapters, so I will score good. I will study this chapter, less question will come from these chapters. So don't do like this. Try to cover the overall syllabus for the computer, especially. Second one, don't be impatient when you are in the examination hall. Okay, so don't be impatient. Go through all the questions. Try to understand and properly. After 15 minutes only, you start writing. Okay, don't waste your time on writing. Third point is that improve your thinking. Okay, like don't go how many programs I have done. Don't think from that programs only the coding will come, the question will come. Okay, in exam. So improve your thinking because the coding completely based on the logics, operations. What operations I taught you, what logics I taught you. It doesn't mean the same program the same coding will come in your exams. They will twist your questions. So I taught you how to use the logic, but it's your duty. In question you have to read the question and you use where you need to use the logic according to that. Okay, so whenever you are doing the loops, whenever you are doing the series patterns, there are thousands of series patterns. You don't know which kind of series they will ask. Even number, we did even number, we did the fractional series or series we did. Patterns also, there are different star patterns, there are different hundreds of number patterns. Which kind of patterns will come, you don't know. So uh, means don't try to mug the programs. Okay, no need to mug it. Try to understand, try to use the logic. Okay, what is the logic behind the codes, what we need to use to get the output. Third point is, whenever you are writing a program or a code, okay, in your answer sheet, try to cover a single program in a single page. Okay, so what happens, the code you are writing, suppose half of the code in one page you have written, half of the code in other page you have written. So examiner is in hurry burry, so might be you didn't miss the lines, but might be while doing the signature he missed the lines or she missed the lines, anyone. So they will cut your marks. And whenever you are writing the codes and the questions are coming, please try, if you are getting that time, please add the outputs also. Why? Because when you are adding the outputs, what happens, examiner will understand that you understand the question. What is the question? Suppose I tell you, write a program to display the perfect number. Okay, so perfect number, so when you will write the output 28, so when you will divide 28, so whatever the divisible number, you will add the divisible number, you will get 28. So if you'll explain this, so examiner will understand, the person understand what is the perfect number. Okay, what is the even number? These we already discussed in class. We already did the codings on this. So please add the outputs also. When you are getting the snippets in section A, you will get so many snippets for outputs. So when you are writing the snippet codes outputs, so please try to add the snippets also, where you are adding the there is some fill in the blanks also. So write the complete snippet, don't only write the I or don't only write the I plus plus. Okay, so you write in the filling the blanks. If you are getting the snippets, so I prefer you write the whole snippet. Okay, so it will clear to the examiner that where you are putting the Java tokens or what operators you are using there. Okay, and one more very important point, whenever you are seeing the question, please, whenever you are writing the coding, whenever you are writing the code, so syllabus, the code will belongs to the syllabus. Okay, don't write out of the syllabus codes. Okay, that's why I'm telling, don't try to mug the codes, just try to understand the codes. Okay, and theory parts, whenever you are writing the theory parts, so there is the advantages, disadvantages, and whatever the question they are saying, according to the question you write. Don't need to write whole scenario. Okay, because examiner doesn't have that much time to read. What it will he will searching for the main points. Okay, what is the main points there? It will he will search for that only. So try to write point to point and don't need to write the whole scenario, whole story. Okay, so these are the things. So this is my point, and one more thing I need to explain. Whenever you are writing the codes, as you can see this, whenever you are writing the codes, your code will divide like this. Class designing 20 marks, variable description 20 marks, coding and documentation 20 marks, execution and output 40 marks. So this is for the practical. So when you are doing the practicals, so if you are executing the complete program, so you will get the 40 marks. Okay, if you only design the class and if you only write the variable description, so this all makes give you the 100 marks. Okay, so it includes the documentation means practical notebook, that is very important. Variable description, I already explained you in the class what is the name of the variables, data type and the purpose of variable. So whenever you are taking the variables, so you need to explain why do you use these variables and which kind of variables you are using. Okay, data types, int, float, there are so many data types. So you have to take care of all the things. And please focus on your writing. Please improve your writing, because whenever you will write neat and clean, leave the spaces when you are writing the answers. Okay, and between the two words also leave the spaces. Don't like thoroughly. Okay, so these are from my side, and don't worry, don't take too much stress. Nothing very
Worry about it.
this, yes, nothing to worry about it. We are here to help you. We will always help you. Just my query is, if you have some problem, so ask. Don't wait for me to ask. Okay, whenever you have query, whenever you have problem, you have our number. Call us. Share your problems with us. Okay, the SourceForge team is with you. Sir is also there. If you need to discuss something with sir, or if you need to if you need help from sir, you talk with you talk with him also. So we all are here. So all the best for your exam, and God bless you. Do well and get a good marks.
Thank you, Ruchi ma'am. Now,
Thank you, ma'am.
I would like, yes, ma'am. Actually, you have discussed a very much important problem regarding the internal assessment and the external assessment also. They have to just gone through that thoroughly. Okay, understand the coding, understand how to write the program, understand which concept you have asked by the examiner. Okay, you understand. Beyond your syllabus, no need to go. Stick to your answer, follow the question. Okay, just only follow the question. And you have to write according to your question answer. So now I would like to call Geeta ma'am for the Kannada subject.
So same as English, and whatever Aarti ma'am and Malavika ma'am told in instructions, na, that same only for Kannada also. It is 80 marks paper and 3 hours time. And here also 2 sections are there. Section A, it is covered essay writing, letter writing, and grammar part. You need to attend all the questions. And second part, it is also 40 marks, and you need to write here. Options are there. Yes, other subject is having same pattern in Kannada, section 2 also. And here Sahitya Sangama, poetries, drama, and novels, and small stories are coming. Don't prepare only a question answers. You need to read whole book and stories thoroughly. If any question is coming out of the question, whatever we are given, you can easily answer yourself, your own also. And read questions carefully. Write answer whatever that question is required. Don't write anything else, your own side like that. Whatever question is required, that much answer only you need to write. And neatness and spelling, grammar, this one you need to write carefully. Don't need to write any scribbling like that and spelling mistakes. And neatness is very important. It is whoever in what evaluator is there now that considers those all points also. And concentrate on presentation and attend all the questions, whatever given for the 80 marks. You need to attend all the questions. Don't leave any questions and don't waste time. And whatever other teachers, other subject teachers told in instructions, that and all you need to follow. This much from my side. All the best for your exams. Please follow the instructions.
Thank you, Geeta ma'am. Yes, it is very correct. Actually, you just what the students are doing. This is my favorite subject. Okay, just like a physics, computer, maths. Okay, these are the very typical subjects are favorite students of the students. They are giving more time for the learning, practicing for that subject. But it should not be like that. You have to, okay, you have to give the importance for all the subjects equally. Because, okay, only passing in a one exam, in a one subject, it is not useful. You have to appear for all the examinations, all the subjects. So give the weightage equally to all the subjects. Okay, students? Now, and we are already here for your help, okay, to your guide, to clear your doubts. Sir is also here. Complete source code is with you. Okay, now I would like to call Malvika ma'am for words of thanks.
Thank you, Sarita ma'am, once again. A very good afternoon to all of you. The end of a story is the new beginning for many others. On this note, let's conclude a remarkable, memorable, and knowledgeable event that is none other than exam orientation program. A delightful good afternoon to one and all present over here. It feels great honor and privilege to propose the word of gratitude to one and all gathered here for today's event. Gratitude is the healthiest of all emotions. The more you express gratitude, what you have, the more likely you will have even more to express gratitude for. I extend my sincere thanks to our respected principal sir for awakening desires and wonders of young generation and sharpening the educational agenda. Thank you, sir, for being an author of our ambition. I could like to thank all our faculty members for their valuable suggestions, opinions, and ideas put forth about the exam orientation program, where each and every student can be benefited by knowing how to score more than 80% marks in their respective subjects. Furthermore, let's have a special recognition for all the parents who spend their valuable time and energy and thus remained patient throughout and encourage the moral of the speaker by their gusto and enthusiasm. Thank you, dear parents, for being our pillars of support. Last but not the least, I thank all our wonderful students for their wholehearted participation for the event. With this, we come to the end of our event, that is exam orientation program. Till then, goodbye and have a good day. Once again, thank you all.
Yes. All the best, students.
Thank
Okay,
you.
now we are, yes.
Thank you.
Before leaving,
Thank-
if you have any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise,
Yes.
you can leave parents.
Yes, sir. In any subject, you have any doubt, ask all your ma'am and sir. We are all here. In your
You can
respective
ask us
subjects.
in the class also, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
And
you are,
there
very
asking.
important thing, as we told, you need to send the summary of this session, okay, in a written format to your class teacher, Sarita ma'am.
yes. I'm waiting for your, okay, feedbacks also and for your notes also, what we have understood from the today's session. And hopefully it is helpful for your getting a good score, good marks in the exam. Okay, go through this. All the best, students. Keep doing studies.
Yeah,
Thank you, ma'am.
all the best to
All,
everyone.
yes, all the best. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Keep studying and keep working hard. Thank you.
Yes.
Now you can leave one by one. No problem.
Yes.
The session has ended. Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Bye. Have a nice day.
All the best.